Welcome back to Hypermine. As always, this is Kondrik, and of course, we are back over by the stables. So I've got a couple things I want to get done this episode, and the first thing is I want to get this diamond armor enchanted and ready to go. I remember we created the diamond armor last time. Between episodes, I went ahead and I got mending, protection 4, and unbreaking for all 4 pieces of armor, and I know protection 4 on all 4 is a little bit overkill, but whatever, I'm gonna go with it because it was the best I could get. Now I also have got a Respiration 3 book and an Aqua Affinity book for the helmet, as well as Depth Strider 3 and Feather Falling 4 for the boots. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that armor enchanted up real quick, and then we'll get started. But first, I wanted to show you over here. I've got a circle marked out, and I started carving out a little bit of the grass. I've already talked to Jan. This hut is going to go. She's fine with that. We don't need it anymore. There's plenty doors over that way. And I'm going to get that cleared out real quick, and when we come back, I'm going to start building. I've got something really special planned. So I will get that armor enchanted, get this cleared, and I will see you in a second. All right, and we are back, and I got the armor all enchanted up. Unfortunately, I didn't enchant in the correct order, so I was not able to get the respiration on the helmet, which means I'm going to have to make a new helmet, and I'm going to have to hunt for those enchants all over again, and then see what I can do about getting everything on there, because I want to have the ultimate armor, and I think it was either the order that I enchanted in, or I should have combined all the books first. I'm not really sure. Either way, unfortunately, I am one enchant short of what I wanted to be. Now, I have already cleared out this space here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab some slabs real quick. I'm also going to pull up my screenshot. Whoops. Had it, lost it. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so I've got my screenshot pulled up. And I'm going to get started on this. Let's see. I also need a handful of bricks and a crafting table. Where is it? There it is. All right. So first, I want to put crafting table right here because I will be using it for the build anyway. And now I need to go, let's see here, round this way. I'm trying to remember what exactly. Now, I can follow the outline. 2, 3, 4, 5. I can follow the outline I have planned, and I'm actually going to build a little bit of a retaining wall here, like this. Yep. So there's going to be a little bit of a retaining wall with these slabs. In fact, I'm going to end up carving out a little bit of the dirt on the side of this hill here. Oh, yes. And I haven't exactly explained what this build is going to be. And I probably should do that. I have been, well, it's probably in the title of the episode, so you probably already know. But I have been doing a lot of villager trading recently. And with villager trading comes a need for things to trade. And as great as it is to be able to go over down here and just collect sugarcane, which I planted all that just so that I could have tons and tons of paper. It's something like 3 stacks of paper. That's fine. I want something a little more automated, though. And this is not going to be a sugarcane farm, although I would like to have one soon. I definitely want to build a sugarcane farm as well. What this is going to be is a pumpkin and melon farm. And, oh yes, that's why I got the bricks out. I came up with this design actually back in 1.7. I have tested it. It does still work. So I am going to be, I'm definitely going to be using it. Let's see, what else do I need right now? I've got slabs. Actually, I do need some bricks as well. So what I'm going to do, I think, is probably do most of this off camera. In fact, now that I've got the baseline circle done, I don't need the dirt circle anymore. So I'm going to do most of this off camera because talking and building at the same time are not easy for me at all. Oh, that's a question that I would like an answer to in the comments. If I was to start a new series, a second Minecraft series, kind of like what Soap has been doing recently, which if you haven't seen it yet, go check out his channel. He is doing a Survival Island series where he's focusing more on commentary and just as a commentary practicing series rather than a building series or a regular gameplay series. So go on over, check that out. But the question is, if I did something like that, a little bit of lag there. If I did something like that, would people want to watch it? And it would probably not be a weekly thing. It would be a I don't know, maybe every couple weeks or something. I really want to do more videos per week, but right now I just don't have that kind of time, unfortunately. I really, really want to do more weekly content, 2 or 3 videos a week, but I just don't have the time right now. And until my time clears up, I can't commit to more than just the Hypermine videos. Hopefully soon. But anyway, you can see the beginning of this. This is going to be a silo type build to kind of fit with the farm style of the stables here, the barn style. It's going to be a silo, and I've got it lined up so it comes up in line with this path. Let me go ahead and put the chests in here. I can toss that. I need hoppers. I need regular chests and trap chests. I'm going to put my tools away real quick. Whoop. Put these tools away. Okay. So I need trap chests here. Oh, wait, no. I don't need trap chests at all. Why did I make trap chests? And why don't I have my axe? Here we go. I forgot what I was doing. Okay. Yes, I thought I was doing 3 columns. I'm actually only doing the 2 columns. So we're going to go like this. We're going to go 3 rows of chests here. And we're going to do another 3 rows of chests here. And the center, I'm going to have, will not be chests. But basically, the drops are all going to come right here. And I need hoppers right here. And actually, let me do that before I get too much farther in. I'm going to have an overflow system that comes down from both sides here. And then goes over to the basement of the stables here. So that way, if once these chests fill up, I will also have a chest of my own, or a couple chests of my own that will be filled up under the stables in the basement. Let me see. This is right there. Okay, let me see if I can line it up. Maybe I'll just pull up the mini map and do it that way. Let's see. I think it's how do I change the map? Okay. So am I not over as far as I could be? No. Okay, this is I think this is it right here. Yes, there. This is it. So if I dig this way, be right about going over this way, and should be just about there. There will be... there it is. Okay, cool. So there are going to be hoppers coming down. They will be kept separate. I might bring them in a little bit. In fact, I definitely will bring them in a little bit. But you can see there's going to be a hopper coming down here and a hopper coming down there. And I will make a... right now, I'm just going to place the hoppers vertically because I haven't quite figured out exactly the height of the basement of the stables yet. But we're going to have that over like that. And then we're going to go down here and have the same thing, have hoppers coming up like this, all the way to the top. And then I'm going to connect a hopper across like this. And then we're going to have hoppers going in to each of the sets of chests. So let's see. I think, oh, no. Ah, come on. There we go. All right. And then a hopper going this way. So this hopper, I'm not explaining things well. Okay, so what we've got here is hoppers go down before they go over, or they get pulled out of before they can push sideways. So what I've got here is these chests will all need to fill up, and then this hopper will need to fill up before that hopper can actually push over into that one. And at that point, then the overflow will all flow down into that other hopper chain, which will go into the basement of the stables, where I will have another storage place for the overflow. So now we've got the two different hoppers set up. I'm going to have to set up the hopper chain underneath that's going to collect, and we're doing kind of a circle design that will, you know what? Instead of trying to explain it without something to show, I'm going to cut right here. I'm going to build most, if not all of it, and then I'll be back to show you how it works and explain how it works. So I will see you in a second. All right, and we are back, and I'm actually heading over to right here to Albanacker's little farm just to snag some pumpkins real quick, because I've got all the seeds in place, but the last thing I need to do is the sorting cells for the storage on the farm, and I didn't have any spare pumpkins. I had a bunch of seeds, but I didn't have any spare pumpkins to put into the sorting cell. So I just have to fill that up, and we'll be able to call it good. And as you can see, it's almost in place, or it's almost ready. I'm also going to put pumpkins and melons underground here. Actually, let me see. I did cycle the system once. I ended up bone mealing a good portion of the stuff, so there should be something in the... Yes, okay, there's something in this sorting system. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to craft up a full-size melon real quick. Let's go ahead and make a melon or 3. That's fine. And this side is going to be melons. So we'll go ahead and we'll put a melon here. This side is going to be pumpkins, so we will go ahead and put a pumpkin here. And as you can see, I've got some slabs here that I have named placeholder. Now, the sorting cell that I came, or the sorting circuit that I came up with is a little odd, but I had to change it just to make it fit in this system. So it's not the typical Impulse SV style sorting cell. I have... That is the hopper that collects the items. So this one's going to be for pumpkins. We'll go ahead and put pumpkins in there. And I'm going to go ahead and put some placeholders in there. And that lights up this comparator here, which powers that block, lighting this redstone dust. When it gets full enough, it will extend the dust even farther. In fact, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to split that. Let me see. I need 4 for the other side. I will split this in half. I'll put 29 in there, or 28 in there, so that's 30, 31, 32. So half a stack of placeholder items. Still doesn't even fill all the way up to the 3rd redstone line. It needs to get to the 4th before it opens the hopper below it. So it's going to hold a lot more in the sorting hopper, but I don't really mind that much. And on the other side here, same thing, except it's going to be sorting melons. So I'll go ahead and I will throw the placeholders in here and toss that on the end. And if we throw these melons in, you can see so far half a stack of melon still not flowing through the sorting cell. Let me climb on up here and show you exactly what we've got going on. You can see some melons have already grown. Hopefully some pumpkins will grow as well. Some of the plants haven't fully matured yet, so it might take a little bit, but a pumpkin just grew. All right. I'm going to have to pick that pumpkin up so we can get onto the thing here. All right, so we've got in the center of each side, we've got melons. And on the corners of each side, we've got pumpkins. I may actually switch that because I would prefer for pumpkins to grow more frequently than melon, since melon drops a lot more pieces and will clog the system a lot faster. But so far, we've got a bunch of melons growing. And we've got this water here that I set up to flow in a 3x3 all the way down to the hoppers. And as you can see, we've got pistons on each side. And when we cycle the system, the pistons will extend, pushing the items into this downward flowing water stream. Now, it is not a completely lossless system, but it will get most of the drops into the water. So hopefully that'll at least, it's not completely lossless, but it should be good enough. And let's go ahead and cycle the system and see what we get so far from what's already grown. So I've got this hopper clock over here. I haven't turned it on yet. I've got to add almost a full hopper of items before I can turn it on. Well, I want to have the clock run as long as possible. It needs to be a really long delay. So which means I'm gonna have to fill the hopper almost all the way. But when the hopper clock switches, it will very, very temporarily unpower this line, which will allow this redstone torch to turn on just long enough to power this dropper, which will shoot this pumpkin into this hopper, which will power this comparator, which will then power this repeater, which needs to be on 4 ticks, which will then unpower this redstone torch, and it'll all chain up to power the pistons. So if we push this button real quick, there'll be a brief amount of lag, I think. And you can kind of see that stuff has fallen down. If we look over here, we should see the sorting cell starting to fill up. Okay, and it's stopping at about 36 items. So that's good. And now let's see. Have any pumpkins made it over? No, the pumpkins have not made it over yet. That once the melons finish filtering through, then the pumpkins will filter through, and then we'll start getting items in the chest like we're getting right here. So once all these chests fill up, then the overflow circuit or the overflow system will kick in, and the items, the extra melons and stuff will end up flowing sideways over and down into that other set of hoppers, down into my temporary base underneath of the stables. So, yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. Let's see. Okay, the melons have stopped flowing, which means the pumpkins should be flowing into the sorting cell. We've got 11 pumpkins in the sorting cell. We had 8. So, yes, I may end up switching out some of the melon stems for pumpkin stems because you get way more melon pieces than you do pumpkins, and that's just ridiculous. But anyway, that's it, I believe, for this episode. I've got a little bit more I want to do. I want to tweak on this. I need to add a maintenance entrance because this right here is going to be filled. I'm going to, let me go ahead and actually do that right now. I'm going to put a melon. Let me grab a pumpkin here. Where was it? There, let me grab one pumpkin and make a jack-o'-lantern real quick. Yes, I do have torches. Good. I need a jack-o'-lantern. I'll go ahead and I will put a jack-o'-lantern right here. Actually, maybe I'll turn that sideways, just so it looks better. I'll put a jack-o'-lantern like this, and then I'm going to put an ender chest up top so that people can... I don't know why they would need access to an ender chest, but in case they do, there you go. So we've got lighting from that jack-o'-lantern, and we've got indication that it is a pumpkin and melon farm. I'm going to put an ender chest up in the middle once I manage to get the resources to craft one, and that'll be it. So anyway, as always, this has been Kondrik. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button, and if you want to see more, hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.